From the land of Wilt and Kareem and Magic, it's Los Angeles, California, and Staples Center. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams.
And Ed, when you think about greatness, you think about this franchise has 16 titles. That's the second highest number in the NBA, but they're making the right moves to hopefully get to 17 soon.
Let's see if this Lakers franchise can recapture the glory. We're ready to go in this one. Won by the Wizards. And the two for Al Horford getting to the rim.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Screen coming. No good.
Yo, big kudos to the defender. It seems like his mere presence in the paint was enough to make the offensive player miss the shot before he even got off the ground.
Right down Broadway for the two. Defender has to pick him up.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Wizards at the controls. Holiday to Horford. Can't connect from in close. Sexton to Paul George. Strong finish for Paul George.
That probably won't be the last time we see a dunk from him tonight. Maybe sometimes you should send a message. Give him a hard foul. Don't let it be so easy.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
To George. Fires the 3. Paul George can't get that one to go. Defense all over him.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
There it is. Al Horford. 2 for 3 now here in the first.
Leadership's greatest values occur in between the lines and not necessarily in the box score. And that's the type of leader that Al Horford is. He's the first all-star free agent to choose Boston in decades. And let me tell you this, the legacy of greatness runs deep in the family. His father, Tito Horford, was the first Dominican basketball player to ever play in the league, which goes to show you why Al has such a great feel for the game.
Wizards with the basketball. Holiday. To Mikal Bridges. To Horford. Bobby Portis with the block.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Sexton. Deep 2 there, won't go. Somehow finds a way to get it to go. Can't fault the D.
Here's a tip for your defense. You can't give him that much space. You have to push up into his personal space and make him play the majority of the possessions with his back to the basket. Because if you allow him to open up, there's no stopping.
Oh, nice find for the basket.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Drew Holiday, 2 for 2. That's what you want.
The pro game has really come down to P&Rs. Let's see how the defense adjusts.
Lakers at the controls right now. George, count the basket. He's feeling good. Defense has to get him out of his comfort zone.
And last year, it seemed like PG really had a difficult time finding that next level elite PG. No doubt about it. This year, he needs to be playoff P all day, every day.
4-3. Shakes free and hits.
Just let me break down to all the young players at home how special of a pass this was. That was a perfect delivery, and it hit the player right in the chest.
They get it to George. Down. Stuffs it down with authority. Jay, this is getting scary fast.
If you're the defense, you have to deny him the ball. Maybe throw a box and one. Maybe throw a zone. Maybe even throw the kitchen sink because he's putting on a show in the first quarter.
Holiday to Horford. Knocked loose. He's on the deck. Great sacrifice. Beyond the arc for three. Mikal Bridges forced that one. Well defended. Sexton.
Here we go. My ball, my ball.
Oh, highlight moves. Tough to pull off with the defender all over you. Sexton to Paul George. The drive right to the basket. From the outside, no good. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Holiday in possession. 14-13 our score. It's a one-point game. Nothing going here on that drive. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Free throw up and good. Gives him a two-point lead. And throws it down. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Holiday. And the basket good at the rim.
There's certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Paul George to Colin Sexton. To George. Rudy Gay. Oh, big finish at the rim.
Tie ball game so far. Neither one of these teams really able to pull ahead. Might be time to put the bench players in the game, and let's see who could differentiate themselves.
Drew Holiday. That's now 4. He hasn't missed.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
Oof. Doesn't look good here, and LA's going to have to make some changes. You hate to see anybody get hurt. That appeared to be a lower body injury.
First foul in the final 2 minutes.
Knocks down the first. So he hits the first, misses the second. To Holiday. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball. But sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Drew Holiday trying to cash in on a 3-point play. Hasn't missed yet. The free throw, good. Caps off the 3-point play. The lead is 4. In the front court, it's Augustine. Counting down towards 1 minute to play here in the opening quarter. Here comes the screen. Rudy Gay to Lopez. Brook Lopez. 3 for 3. That's a perfect start.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
Holiday. Cashes in for two.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Nothing going here on that drive. Jared Allen rejects it.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Count the basket inside.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Augustine with the basketball. Down 6. Shot by Lopez off the mark.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning an ankle on that landing.
We played a quarter here on Valentine's Day. Jay and I are back after this. It's a special presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. One of those games, every shot seems to be going down. Only one quarter in the books, Jay. Defensively, what needs to be tightened up?
If anything on this game, Ed, you have to expect the unexpected. When players have range that extend outside the gymnasium, oh, we're going to get a chance to watch something special.
To P.J. Tucker. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Los Angeles has the basketball. To Rudy Gay. Wizards come up with it.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
Ed, sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Augustine with it up top. Trailing by 10. To Allen. Here comes the screen. Augustine against the former Hoya. To Rudy Gay. Fires the three. He was crowded. Grayson Allen off the mark.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Now the Lakers going to use a timeout as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Has a look. Oh, straight down the middle. 4-2.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Washington basketball. Here comes the screen. Stuffs it down with authority. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
Carroll, defended by Green. Here comes the screen. Five to shoot for Los Angeles. To Rudy Gay. Here's a chance from long range. Rebound taken by the Wizards. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. To Holiday. They've slowed down the pace. Now 3 on the shot clock. Shot misses there by Allen.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
And a throwdown.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
Holiday controls the basketball. Lead stands at 10. Jeff Green guarded by Rudy Gay. And the finish at the rim.
And see, this is simple. This is where the PG pulls the bigs over to the side and says, we can't allow that to happen. You need to be an enforcer down low.
To Colin Sexton. Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way. It's Washington with the basketball. To Holiday. Going to launch beyond the arc. Drew Holiday is going to get a chance at 3 here. He's perfect from the line so far. And hits the first free throw. Second and 3, got it. Knocks down all 3 at the line. Sexton. Lakers down to 4 on the shot clock. Sexton. The shot clock expires. Holiday. From long range, buries the wide open 3. That's too easy.
This is a game of ways. As a defense, you have to recognize that they come and they go. That will not be the case all the time moving forward.
To Rudy Gay. Gets it in the right corner. Sexton. Here comes the screen. Shot from the lane won't go. To Holiday. And he finishes at the rim.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Sexton to Rudy Gay. That pass stolen by the Wizards.
When you're outmatched talent-wise, you cannot get outworked. Get that ball back.
The screen sets him up for 2.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
To Colin Sexton. Colin Sexton slams it down. Where did that come from?
It's like he got in an elevator and went to floor 8. And I have to say something, okay? 6'3", 6 feet, 5'11", those aren't small guys. In the big scheme of things, they're pretty tall compared to the average person in public.
I feel like you're speaking from experience.
Everyday experience, my friend. Every day.
Tough make through traffic.
I was expecting the dish there, but way to fake that one and lay that one in.
Los Angeles, they have it. Has a chance, unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
assist. Now the Lakers are going to call a timeout as they'll take a moment to go over things here in the second quarter. The opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own. Sexton. Got it.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
Oh, don't see the read. Be the read.
That's no good.
And you have to remember that your hand is part of the ball. There wasn't enough contact on that play for the refs to blow the whistle.
To Holiday. For three.
To number 2. That's his first personal foul.
First free throw is good.
It's like practice.
And he hits the second.
Game for the Washington Wizards. Number 3.
Off the mark. 2 for 3 on this trip. To Colin Sexton. Not that time. Brook Lopez. He's now 4 for 6.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
Holiday. Goes to the left side. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Oh, surprise. He hits it.
Great shot by the offense. But the defense, you can't afford to collapse off that penetration. I'd rather a team take a tough 2 than a wide open 3.
Driving right to the basket. Jared Allen tips it. Second effort. And a putback slam. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
That misses with a second to go. A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports halftime report. Jalen.
Thanks, fellas. Jalen here with your halftime report. The Wizards entered the locker room at halftime with a significant lead. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Washington Wizards. The Lakers did a lot of things wrong in that opening half. The way they struggle doesn't bode well for them at all. But if they got some fight in them, we'll know right away in the third quarter. These are the guys getting buckets for the Los Angeles Lakers.
Game track. Bench points.
The Los Angeles Lakers were not given a chance to relax in that opening half. Even when the starters were on the bench, the reserves were maintaining the lead and earning their playing time.
player of the half.
Drew Holiday was lighting up the scoreboard in the first half. And I'm not sure the defense will be able to figure out what it'll take to slow him down. He looks like he's in a zone.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in that first half. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Thanks for joining us for the halftime report. The second half is about to get started.
Lakers ball. Sexton. Reset here. Let's see what they do to Rudy Gay. Won't go. To Horford. Brook Lopez able to recover with the block.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
To Lopez. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Whoops, that won't go. Slams it down.
And that is the sign of an unselfish team. When everybody in transition thinks they have a chance to get the ball because you have a willing passer, somebody willing to make other players on his team look great, that's only going to force your players to play that much harder on offense and give you more energy on the defensive end.
Curling inside. Short jumper won't go down.
I just love where this takes you into the psychological battle as a player offensively. Was that a great contest, or did you just miss the shot? But now you have me thinking about that the entire next possession.
Yes, and the foul, and a chance at three coming up.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number one, create contact, and number two, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Free throw good to cap off the three-point play as they continue to open things up here in the third quarter. Now the Lakers going to use a timeout as their coaching staff wants to talk things over here in this third quarter. Sexton. They'll get it down low to Lopez. Al Horford snatching it out of the air. Holiday in possession. His guys holding the big lead. Gets to the basket and scores.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Here's Lopez, down low. It's a big finish. Here on their home floor, they're chipping away.
I mean, does this crowd have a pulse? Are they even alive? Sometimes when you make a play like that, your crowd needs to get you back in this ball game.
To Horford. And the slam.
Man, they are just continuing to pour it on. But the one thing we know about in this league, you have to make sure that you continue to play with energy because leads can evaporate quickly.
Gets it to go, and the foul.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Brook Lopez at the line for a chance at a three-point play. He struggled so far. Free throw up and good. It's a three-point play, but a rare spot as they continue to trail big. Wizards have it. To Horford. There it is, Al Horford. With that shot, he's 5 for 8.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
And he connects on the first free throw. And fails to hit them both. Hits the first, misses the second. To Holiday. Here comes the screen. To Horford. Nice pass to get things going.
I remember my high school coach said one man can't beat 5. Well, I'm telling you right now, he lied. I'm watching it happen in person.
Tosses. To Colin Sexton. To Rudy Gay. Here comes the screen. Rudy Gay sizing up Jeremy Grant. Wizards have the rebound. To Holiday. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
That's a turnover. It goes the other way. Wizards at the controls. And watch him do the rest. Slam dunk.
It's a new day in sports when you see little guards dunk the ball like they're big. That's called a 40-inch vertical.
Al Horford sends it away.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Nothing going here on that drive. To Holiday. The Wizards with 4 to shoot. Down to Grant. Able to convert inside.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
And scores.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Lakers at the controls right now. To Allen. Knocked loose. Picked up by the Wizards. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
Oh, he should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The ref spit, and that's the game.
Drew Holiday trying to cash in on a three-point play. Hasn't missed yet. Free throw's good as they continue to widen their lead. In the front court, it's Augustine. Looking to make something happen.
Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Stuffs it down with authority.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat 5, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Grayson Allen. Here comes the screen. Winslow guarded by Jeremy Grant.
Whoa! Get that out of here!
Message sent, Jay.